So there's a thing called Islamabad Club, which is like an elite country club there. And my father was one of the original members there. And my father telling me at that time they used to have open alcohol and dancing and things.
Alhamdulillah, and we only know good from the Shaykh as well. The thing about the Shaykh's life that many of you may know is his a journey like everyone might be able to relate to different aspects of his journey. And so this is something that we thought, that people at TIC or the community would really like to hear, inshallah. So we'll start, inshallah, Shaykh.
Yes.
So first off, I wanted to know, we may have made this mistake. Is it Uthman Ibn Farooq or Uthman bin Farooq? What's the correct?
So the thing is, in Arabic, it's Ibn, but when you write it together, you drop the alif, right? So you write it Uthman bin Farooq, but you still have the pronunciation of Ibn. So Ahmad ibn Hanbal, right? So like that, Uthman ibn Farooq. People think because in the writing you drop the alif, that you drop the sound, but you don't. So Uthman ibn Farooq.
So Sheikh, I guess the first question is, if you think back to your times back in Pakistan, what are your earliest memories that you can think of? And remember, what was life growing up there?
So my father was quite well off in Pakistan. So he owned multiple properties. He had the Saudi embassy, Kuwaiti embassy, and Mauritius embassy. The buildings were owned by my father.
Wow.
Yeah. So as a little child, I remember I was very, very young, but we used to have these big parties at the house, and ambassadors and their different outfits would be there. My father was what they call a DIG, Deputy Inspector General of Pakistan Police. At a time, he was promoted to being an IG, which means he was the head of all of Pakistani police. So we grew up, I was very young, but that time was a time we were quite wealthy in Pakistan. My father came to the US to study in the 50s. So when hardly anybody, Pakistan was just recently made at the time in 1947. So nobody was that educated that they were he came to Kansas City, he got his master's, he went back. So that time was very different because I didn't know what the world is about other than through a very lavish, rich lifestyle. We had 10, 20 servants, drivers, bodyguards, armed guards. They used to go with my father. It was an interesting time. But I didn't live it for long. I was very young at that time. My mother was very educated. For her time, she had 2 masters. She had a law degree, and she had, I think, her second was either in psychology or teaching. So for that era, she was very educated. My mother was a very strong woman. Alhamdulillah, she's still alive. Make dua, Allah gives her a long, pious life. My family was very secular, but very educated.
Even back in Pakistan?
Back then, yeah. Even in Pakistan, yeah. In Pakistan in those days, mostly the upper class or the elite were very secular. So there's a thing called Islamabad Club, which is like an elite country club there. And my father was one of the original members there. And my father telling me at that time they used to have open alcohol and dancing and things, which alhamdulillah I think today is better. Things have actually become better. My parents were very focused on education. So even as a little kid, they really pushed me on education. But my parents divorced. But in Pakistan, they were still married, but they were separated.
So before we get to the US, inshallah. So if you were to go back to your fondest memories back in, if you were to pick one thing that kind of stands out and still resonates with you today, if you had to, it sounds like you have a couple. It looks like you have a couple. But Sheikh, if you had to pick one.
I'll tell you a funny one.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't think it's my fondest memory by any means, but it is a very vivid memory. I was maybe 5 years old, maybe even younger. And I forgot why, but I was crying. And my mom came and slapped me, right? And she slapped me and she said, don't cry. If there's any issue, deal with it. But crying's not going to help you. And from that time until I came towards the religion and crying was something out of the fear of Allah, I didn't cry. You know, people I knew got shot, killed in front of me, I didn't cry. Because my mom instilled this idea in my head that, look, don't complain, don't cry, fix things. She was very stern, but very loving at the same time. So that memory I remember very clearly. My fondest memory probably with my grandmother. My mother's mother, because I used to live with my grandparents from my mother's side. My parents were separated. My grandmother was very loving, and I was her favorite grandchild. And, you know, she was a very tough woman. My grandmother, she used to have a Scott, or Wesleyan Scott, where's Yusuf, my gun expert, huh? A revolver, a 6-shot with her all the time. Even though they were wealthy and stuff, but Pashtuns have this, you know. And I remember as a little child, I used to be under her pillow. You know, she used to keep it. And one time, this is before I was born, but just to give you a mindset, somebody broke into our house. You know, my grandmother realized it, and she just took her revolver and shot him. You know, he lived, but she shot him in the legs. He wasn't trying to kill him. But she was a very strong woman as well. My grandfather from my mother's side, my grandfather from my father's side was a judge. My grandfather from my mother's side was also highly educated. You know, he was the Director General for Radio Pakistan. He spoke, I forgot how many languages, but he learned French, German, Arabic, and Farsi on his own. Just learned it. He was a homeopathic doctor for fun, did not for a profession. And he would give out medicine every weekend free. Even till today, even though he's passed away, may Allah have mercy on him, my uncle continues that in Pakistan.
MashaAllah.
So yeah, my fondest memory would definitely be with my grandmother.
MashaAllah, may Allah...
I'm going to get emotional here.
So Sheikh, in terms of siblings, are you the oldest, youngest?
So my father had a wife before my mother. From that wife, he had 2 sons and a daughter. And then he was married to my mother. And from my mother, I'm the only child. So I was raised pretty much as an only child, you know. My elder brothers, one is 7 years older, one is 9 years older, and my sister was 10 years older. We never really lived together, but I mean, we knew each other. Like I would go to live with my dad, visit him, see them, they would know me. But I came to the US a lot before them. So when they came to the US, they were a lot older and more kind of not blended in than me, different, yeah.